Welcome to Paint Daubs, which has been under siege for the last 2 weeks by the undead. We've got like undead warriors through here. Like, these are sort of like skeletal remains that are just held together with sinew and bone, wandering around with their various weaponry. Very difficult to kill, by the way, so we've got to be careful. Like, there's no point shooting them with arrows. So you're just going to waste arrows on them, so you don't use arrows against the undead as such. We've got a group of demons and things over through this side as well that have all come in with the same attack group. So we are under siege, but we have locked this thing off. So the fortress has now been locked down. Deep underground, we're then just going to be starting to sort of work on the aquifer. And I'm going to be doing that in this episode. This is now going to be a little bit more complicated. You can sort of see that when we start to come down into here, which is where we got to, we're now going to start to hit aquifer levels on this level. This level is not aquifer. If you just go back across, you'll see that there's no water here, but there is water here. There's a lot to go through here, so I'm going to have to explain a lot with what's going on. It's quite a process, unfortunately, to actually do all of this, but we'll get there. We'll get there together. We'll figure it all out. So, I've made markers, and I suggest that you do the same thing, just to figure out where the next layer is going to be as you go through the aquifer. We've got a long way to go. Now I'm going to have a lot of this on pause as I do this, and then we sort of finish off at this location here. You have to be aware of what's above you and below you. Not below you, but on the same level of you and the layer above. The way aquifers work is that the water leaches out of the side of the rock. So sort of you've got leaching out through the sideways on the 4 orthogonal points, but it also leaches downwards. And so if you create a cavern underneath an aquifer, it'll go through the rock and actually then like attach itself to whatever's in through there as well. So we have to get rid of the aquifer main portion bit of it, and then like seal it off essentially, and it'll just become a channel of water at that point and up above. There's no other way for us to do it in these big areas unless we went straight down. So building a staircase, much easier than building a series of ramps, because you ultimately either have to get rid of everything above it and sort of do it methodically. I want to actually still have like access all the way down. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated. It's going to be hard for me to explain this actually as we come up. The first step though is we need to channel down for our ramp. I'm building all sorts of other traps and things. I'm going to make sure that I've got the team to do the job ready to go. So we're just going to go back in and go to our labor menu, and you can see that we've got miners. Now at the moment we've only got one dedicated miner. Just throw 2 more dedicated miners, I think, in through there. We also have stone cutters. Now, stone cutters are the people who will do the smoothing, and I'm just going to go and click on those. We've got a few that they're not dedicated to it. Like, I don't want to have any miners doing it, so the miners won't be activated. But I could actually certainly go through with these stone crafter. So you're now a dedicated stone cutter. As is this wood chopper here, I think, would make you a dedicated stone cutter. Diagnostician can also be a dedicated stone cutter as well. I can get some of the others, but I think I'm going to keep. Who else don't we really need around on the fortress to be doing this one? I might keep leakage building things. We don't really need anything other than miners and stone cutters to do this bit of the job. But I'm thinking of the other bits and pieces we have to do. I might just dedicate. He's dedicated to building, which is what that one is down through there. 3 should be enough, I think. Wouldn't mind one more though, just one more. Got the carpenter, another miner. Might get Odom, the expedition leader, involved as well. So he will now be also put into stone cutting. So he's not good at it, but we need all hands on deck doing this one once we get started. Now this is going to get confusing. I wish that the designations would stay there, but they don't. Particularly the planning ones. I wish the planning ones would just always be there, even when they've been removed from there because of the access to dampness. Because you're not mining through these anyway, but unfortunately they do disappear. So first step is we're going to now unpause the game. The miners are going to come to this location. So they then mine their way through. We then get the warnings about the dampness. Now what we want to do is we need to start to mine now across this next level. So we'll just keep on going bit by bit as we do it. But we also need to smooth the stone around where we're going. Now the layer below that goes off in this direction. So I'm going to be ultimately digging out a large portion of this as well. So I'm just going to keep on digging the areas that I need to be digging. That's going to ultimately, I just need to channel out the whole layer. Even though I want to go down, I just keep on channeling out the same layer that I'm on the whole time. So we just go this way, and that one is going to be dug out fairly soon. Now these I need to smooth the orthogonal areas of the where the aquifer is going to be. So I'm going to do those, and I'm going to ultimately then look at the layer below. It's a long process doing this, unfortunately. What I might do is I might just go and build a zone that sort of gives me a bit of an instruction as to how far I've got to go. I might just go back and build a. I might just do a line through here, just so I sort of know. Or maybe I leave it like this so that I can sort of think, okay, well that's going to be the edge of it there. So it's one in from there. That way I've at least got a marker at the back end there. So they'll come in and do this one now. I just need to keep on digging out deeper and deeper into these different zones that once they've been sort of allocated. And I have to make sure I go right out to, I'm going to be ultimately then be going down this layer through here. I need to go all the way across the area that I'm going to have underneath this one, so including around the corner. So I need to go actually further down as well, further down than what I thought. So these all have to be now allocated and then smoothed. Now initially we can get through this one fairly quickly. If we do this one well, it's going to be okay. Just go and grab those as well. Let's go and get these. We've got one more after this. Okay, that now all, just to have a look down at the top through here, we need to have those done, and then we'll ultimately get the smoothing as well. This will be fine, because we've got to remember that we need to bring all of this, chop all of this out. As far as the smoothing is concerned, I'm now just going to go and get the smoothers to come back down. Now please tell me that you're here. Why are you not working? They may be on other tasks, or let them, give them a little bit of slack. They're not going to have much time though, unfortunately. If it goes south, we do have problems. I might even prepare for that, just in case we need a pump at some point. Now, as soon as we get to like all level 1s on one area, that's a bit of a warning that we need to start to think about pumping stuff out of that particular zone, and then start to work. Pumping is sort of our last resort. It's what you do with heavy aquifers, but we may need to do it. So let's just go down into the layer, into these bottom layers. Just go to our workshop layer. I might make this one into F3 actually. Just going to press H. It's just not working. Why is that? There we are. H is going to be workshops. Okay, and so I'm just going to go across probably about there, I think. Oops, there we are. That one's now been allocated to F3. So F3 is where we go. Now, to build a pump, you need blocks, and you build the blocks from the stone cutter's workshop. Now we've got blocks already built, so we don't need that one. You need also a giant corkscrew. Actually, I'll just show you. That's the easiest way to do this. We go to machines and fluids. We go to screw pumps. And if I just try to build one somewhere, if I just go and build it there, it tells me what I need. So I need to have access to a screw trap component and also a pipe section. So we need a giant corkscrew and a pipe section in through here to build one of these. And we can either build them at the carpenter shop, or we can smelt them and build them at like a metal forge. And so we can either build them out of metal or wood. So we're going to go to wood. We're going to add a new task. We're going to get a few of these. So we'll just get like, if you need one, you're going to need more than one. So believe me, when things start to go bad with water, you need to find a way to very quickly sort of either put doors in place so that things don't go, but quite often or not, you're going to be needing to put pumps in around the place, and fairly fast. So by having this stuff built in advance, at least we're prepared for it. I almost feel like screwing it up so you can see what we have to do to get out of it. But should I do that? Yeah, I will actually. I'm going to do it. That way at least you'll know what to do if there's a problem, because it can really get away from you. So no, I will do it. I'll do it on the layer below the one we're on. I'll do this one properly. So this one will be the correct way to do it, and the next layer below will be the incorrect way to do it. So you can then sort of have a bit of a look to see what to do. This will be fun anyway. So it's all part of the fun of the game. I'm just going to come back across. Now, this is for building up, and I'm not going to build that up until I've actually made sure that my aquifer is actually fully prepared. You can see we're getting some water leakage. This here, we just need to get more smoothing down through this side. So we'll go this way. And smoothing through this side as well. Actually, no, smoothing that way. We still need to go and dig one more layer. So we have to be, we can't have any aquifer above it. Smoothing the side, I don't know if that gets rid of the actual, that's a damp hewn, I'm not sure if that works. We could test that as well. Let's just go and test that for now, and because ultimately I can come back and then fix up all of the stuff that I haven't done fully correctly. So I might leave I'll do a ramp down again fairly soon. We do need to go and get I'll just see what happens if I just smooth that one out, if that one will then leach through underneath. So we'll sort of just do a test. I haven't actually tested this before. We'll smooth that one out first and just see if that destroys, that may be enough to destroy the aspect of it being an aquifer. We may not have to just do the whole lot. Another thing I could do would be to just leave a block in the middle and just smooth one edge of it and just see if it still works for the whole lot just by doing one. God, no one is coming down to do this work. Why are they not doing it? Why did that not work? Oh yeah, that's okay. Actually, these look like they are activated. Yeah, they are activated. Just make doubly sure that these guys are coming off to smooth stone. Oh, I haven't dedicated them. I've got to do this. Sorry, I didn't click them on as in this is your only job. Only do these jobs that we've given you. Stone, like this one is a diagnostician, as well as a stone smoother. So we don't want to have too much water if we can help it. Here they come. Here they come. This is good. Now we might on the next layer down just experiment with leaving a block with just one. If that works, in fact I might, yeah, if we can do that, that's going to make life very much easier for us. And so smoothing it stops the leaking of the water. Don't know why there's water there. Sort of hopeful. That won't be a problem. It's going to get muddy. Yeah, look, I think I will show how to sort of sort things out with the pumps anyway. So I will let it get away from us a little bit, but not too much, because if it gets away too much, it is a nightmare. Now the channels are fine, the ramps are fine. It's just the outside edges that we have to worry about. This will probably dry off faster than we realise. Now, when it comes down through the ramp through here, I'm then going to want to go through another ramp through this side. So I need to get rid of the aquifer from this area. And by smoothing that one, it leaves a great big hole in here, but that's going to be okay. What we're going to do is I'm just going to go and build a ramp down here. Another one there. I'm going to leave that middle one for now. And we can then use that for testing, I guess. Pause this until we get this one built. Actually, by default, that will be smooth all the way around, so I don't need to worry about that. I think I'll just keep on channeling down in this case. I'll try the experiment to just make sure that that this actually works from underneath. I think that once it's done, it's done. I think if I actually chopped away at that one, we'd actually see it smooth all the way around. Pretty sure. So I don't think I had to worry at all about that. I don't know why I didn't know that, to be honest. And we just need to keep on digging through here and then just smoothing as we go. And this one here, we need to go one more. It's nice having these little markers at the back here actually. Now we're going to need to also, now that I know what I'm doing with this, I'm going to still need to channel these out. So we'll do that bit of it. Okay, that's now done. Now we just need to keep, and we'll need to now smooth this out. That channel is now done. I'm just going to go and leave that there. So we'll experiment and see if this actually does work. This one shouldn't have any, once we've got this one smooth, we shouldn't see any more activity with water dropping into this area. I don't need that up the top there. So that is now under where we've got smooth stone. So if that's the case, I think all I need to do is just go to where I'm going to be going below here. In fact, just go to one less than what I need, which is this one in through here. And then just go, so if I just go and dig this one out, this then should work. I hope I'm making sense with this. And then we just smooth out all of those stones as well. So we just smooth all the way around it. Now it's going to be hard to tell if there's more and more water coming in here. It's certainly, water's getting in here, but it's because of all the stuff going up above. I think we'll make the next layer our safety layer and just sort of show what happens when things do actually go wrong. So when we have a look at it, we shouldn't see any more water coming in unless I've made a mistake with this, but I'm pretty sure I'm okay. So this has all been smoothed. All of this has now been smoothed, and this then allows me to build another channel leading down even deeper. So I can get through pretty fast. We're still seeing a bit of water there from what was there before, like a bit of water in through here as well. And so as long as the ramps are sort of showing that they're going down, that's okay. Then coming back down, we now need to go back down to the next layer. So this will be the next layer down through here. I'm just going to keep on, and the next layer then continues on this side. So I'll just build another little area off the side, just so I know how far to go. And that will be what we sort of then do there. That way it's just a little marker, so I can just see, okay, look, that's the outside edge. I should have actually had that one. That one should have actually been there, just so I know that that's where the channel actually goes. We no longer need this. That's now done. We no longer need that. That's now done. Now I didn't go as far in there as what I thought I needed to originally, but this is actually okay where we are. As long as I build a channel leading down through the middle, we should be all right. Now what we don't want to see is any more water arriving through here. So just let it go for a little while. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just channel down and then make sure that there's nothing else we have to worry about. Yeah, it's drying off actually. So it's not leaching from above. So just by smoothing the walls above it has stopped it, and same with this one here will then stop it from the layers below. Oh, hang on. I've got to go one more than what I thought, which is actually one more than what I thought here. So I need to stop. This is actually, I'm glad I found that, because we do need to, yes, God, this is just so many little traps. I need to go one more here and then smooth all that out. Let's make this next layer if things go wrong. Okay, so we'll do that one, and then I can sort of show you that. So I'll just pause all this. I'm just going to smooth all these stones out as well. Yeah, even when we mined in here, they were smoothed all the way through. Yeah, so of course that's just going to stop it from leaking. So these won't leak onto the layer below. The one below, we do need to go one more than what I thought. So we do need to cut into here. I might just start to put more and more of these little planners in, because the layer below that then goes a fair way down. And so even when we get this one done, we're then going to still need to go back a long way. So I think I'll actually just go back and build. How far down are we going to go? We're going to go there, then it's going to turn around the corner. And so this one we have to get all the way down to here, and actually down to there. So we need to go down to there actually. So that's going to be to there. So that will be then, so we'll need to end up with a an area that goes into the middle one there, and then back up, and then they also need to have like the down area there. So this is all what we're going to have to then go and build. Actually, so I don't need it going as far down there. So I'll just leave this as a marker. It's by doing this, at least I can sort of see, okay, that's one level out from what we need to go and build. So it just makes it a little bit easier for me. So this one here, I'll make this as if there's going to be a problem. Actually, no, I'll do it on one of the bigger sections, I think. That would be probably a better way for us to go and do this. So we're going to have to do these little lips all the time, just because we then turn the corner and then sort of go from there. Right, so smoothing again. So I'm just going to keep on smoothing this stone in through this side, there, across the back into there. On the sides as well. Normal mining across there as well. And until we've smoothed this one, yep, that's been allocated. Until we've got that one smoothed, we'll just let it sort of slide. Let's just go back up. They're all going to be smoothed now. So I have to give access across for this to actually happen. Again, we'll just work on all of this one layer. I'm just going to micro this all the time. Alright, now smoothing. Okay, that's done. How are we going up above? That's all smooth now, so we can now channel down. Yeah, so I won't make this the error. Anyway, I hope I'm making sense with this. It's complicated, but good. Oh, hang on, you're in the wrong spot. I'll see if she can get across. If she can't, we're going to have to put a piece of flooring down just to get her out of there. And we need to keep on smoothing this area as well. So all of this area needs to be covered, because that's going to be the layer below is where it's going to need to have roof above it. You can sort of see it there, I think, when you look at it. If you imagine that that's going to be the roof, like the channel in the area above, we're just getting the roof prepared for the layer below, and we're getting the walls prepared for the main area of the actual fortress itself. This is just a small little area that's just, again, we've got to think of the layer below all the time. Now, have you gotten through? No, she hasn't got across. Okay, so in that case, we'll just have to build ourselves a walkway to get you across there. So she ended up on the wrong side when she built that channel. So constructions, floor. Sometimes, and if you just make these out of logs, like that'll be fine. The same distance. So somebody would come and build that for her. In the meantime, she'll just be stuck there. So we don't have much water through here. Now the next layer down is not that big. And there we go. So we now have a smooth area above the floor that's going to be down below us. And so we can now sort of see that we have to now channel through here. As long as we do all this first, then we're actually okay. We shouldn't have any real problems with the channeling. One thing I can do as well, if I'm concerned about them walking on this, I can give them designations to not walk on that. Just to keep them away from it. Probably just that one there would be enough. That way they'll avoid that little area. And so if we just go back across and do the channeling down now through here, they will avoid that region. They shouldn't end up on the other side of that. There's water falling here. It may just be splashing. Anyway, I'll pause this while we skip on going. I'll come back if I do run into any other problems. I've got to monitor to see, is there anything other water dripping down from somewhere? Have we made a mistake somewhere? Yeah, there's not much, like the water is leaching out of areas, but nothing from above. This is actually drying up, which is good. So we're not really having any issues here. Like this will actually dry fairly nicely now. We're getting a little bit extra coming back in through this side, but that's that's sort of, we're looking, that one shouldn't be doing that actually. I've got that one established. Oh, silly me. Silly me. I've actually left the area above open. So I've actually gone down this way. What I now need to do is I do need to block it. So this is another mistake I've made. I'm making all these different mistakes. That one's okay because there's nothing above it. This one is not okay. I need to block this off. And so I don't even need to smooth these. Actually I do need to smooth them because I need to stop from what's going on down below. I need to go back into here, go to constructions, and just put in a wall. So I'll just put in a tower cap log wall. That way the water will just sit in there, but it won't get through the floor. The aquifer will, if it can, but not just water on its own. Yeah, so that's what's happening in here. This is why this is leaking. So what I need to do here is actually keep, I do need to keep a little area in through there. Now, did we change that? Yeah, we changed that to all the minuses. So we do need to go now and build. I don't think we can actually access that. So we need to, but we need to build a piece of wall. Yeah, we don't have access. Okay, so we need to now go and build a floor. God, there's just always something else, isn't there? Go that way. We're going to now build that one out of tower cap logs. So these are all just temporary things, except for the walls. The walls are just to lock in the water. So as long as we're monitoring as we go down, we can then sort of spot the potential problems. Anyway, let's just leave them go. Now I can get rid of this. That's then going to block that one off, and it's the stuff above is going to, so that's above the area below. This is the area below. Actually, that's still not going to work. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. These will keep on leaking down from below. All we're worrying about is looking at the area below. Then we lock this one off. God, it's confusing. I'll try to explain this again. I'll pause this and come back and explain the next level just to try to get it through, because this is all leaking from the area above it. All right, to try to make this a bit easier, what I've done is I've gone through now and actually just placed like this outer layer, just one layer away from where we're going to be mining. Just so I've got a bit of a visual guide. So we're going through here, so I would need to dig this out, for example, out to this area. Then the next one would then sort of start at that point. In fact, do I need to go that far? I don't actually need to go that far. Just out and up one. Actually, I'll keep it going. That's all right. It won't really matter. Then the next one, again, just goes back up. Next one, I then have to dig up and around. Yeah, I don't need to go as far in this other layer. This one here is just one too many. As long as we get to the, like, go there and stop at that point, it's just going to give me a visual clue as to where I need to mine. So as it comes down, it just goes all the way down. And then when we get past the aquifer layer, I just don't need to do it anymore. So I go around one layer more than the aquifer is. If we go back into here, you'll see that there's a little bit of a dampness on this layer, but not all over the place. Like we've got slate wall in through there. We've got rough slate and damp slate. So there's a bit of a, this is where the transition happens. So as long as I just still pretend that this, or assume that this layer is going to have aquifer, I should then be fine. So I'm just, again, positioning what I need to then do with my mining in the areas that won't be touched by anything. Now, it looks like everything is starting to sort of dry up with the addition of these walls in through this side. So we'll just keep on going now. Now, this one in here, I will have other opportunities to show pumps, I think, in other episodes. So let's just keep on just doing what we're doing here. So I know I need to dig out from there to there. That's going to be then taking me to the end of that one, so that'll be fine. Just go and let them do their thing. It's a good sign when things are drying up like this. Now we've got the aquifer above us. This is now filling up in that little zone, but it's not actually impacting us. and then that secures the layer below as soon as we get this all smoothed. So smooth all that. We don't need the floor smoothed. Allow them to come in. And then as soon as that's done, we'll just put a piece of block work in through there. Doing a good job. Okay, and then just here we just put the piece of tower log. Now what I could do as well is I could actually just go and create a little stockpile of tower logs in here if I wanted to, just so I've got like a grouping ready to go. We'll just accept this one and just get the wood. This is a temporary wood stockpile. Just while we're building this sort of stuff, this will make life a little bit easier for us. Where are you? Wood. There we go. So, and we just go from here, and we're just going to go and take from, and I'll just go to F2, actually be F3. Just go down and just take it from this stockpile here. So they're just going to take from that stockpile. That way we'll have nice like wood very, very close by for finishing off these different things. And any wood that we drop while we're building is going to then sort of work out fairly well as well. Just go back up. There's still a lot for us to do here. And so this is where it's going to pour in from the layer above. You can see it's starting to wanting to come back through. Just make sure that is actually, yep, they're still waiting. And so by having the logs close by, it's going to then help. That it just stops off whatever's happening through here. We then just go back down, channel down again. So the layer below, we'll then sort of see what does go on here. And I no longer need this. And I basically just rinse and repeat this same process over and over and over. So I'll just do that. I'll pause this one now. Just going to go down to there. And I'll come back when this is basically when we're through. We're nearly at the end now. Like I've only got a couple more layers, and then we're sort of done with the aquifer, which is great. You can see there that the wall-in areas are filling up with water, which is okay. It's not leaking down into the layers below, so that everything is now starting to dry off. These are now getting full, but that's fine. That's all coming from the layer above, and yeah, it's all looking very, very good. So these have all been built. Actually, not all of them. Or have they? Has that one been built? No, that one's inactive. Yeah, that one's okay. That will be built. I'm still waiting for construction. So we'll wait for those to be built as well. So everything is sort of on the way. We've resumed construction there. And these are all constructed. These smaller bridges. Things are on the way up. Okay, so we'll just keep on going back down. I just wanted to block off this last little area, then we can keep on just channeling in. So you can sort of see above, like as long as I smooth all this area out, it then prepares, it protects the area underneath. In fact, I don't even need it as far as what I did that one. I only needed to go to there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It still works. And so this one here, we'll have one that would then sort of loop around through there, block that one off. That will then slowly fill up with water as well. So we're not getting too much mud and water into our actual work area, which is great. Anyway, I'll just keep on going. You don't need to watch me do this. I just channel down and continue on. All right, to finish off this one, I'm going to leave this one here because we're going to have to fix this one up. But your fortress is out of food. Your farm plots are your farm plots working? They are. We do actually have seeds and drink, which has come back up again. Make sure you have planting edible plants, which we were. Try building a butcher's shop and slaughtering some livestock. Okay, we can do that. Perhaps you can gather plants, fruit, or go fishing. So we can do that as well. I'll do it in this episode because I do want to, because we've still got a little way to go. Okay, more bunnies. That's less food. That's a source of food. Winter is upon you. Okay, make rock crafts. There's all sorts of different things fighting. Nothing that we have to really worry about. So yeah, it's all outside. It's all nothing inside our areas. There is a mace dwarf that was fighting, but that was, I think he was outside as well. We haven't let anyone else outside at this point in time, unless someone's broken through in the bottom layer. Let's just get rid of that. So we have a bit of a look down into the, we're nearly down into the base layer here. Yeah, this hasn't been smashed open. We've got like giant olms and things on the outside, but it would take a troll to knock this down, at least a troll. So we're fine down in here. Everything is looking very, very cool. So we'll just keep on going back up to this layer. We're nearly through, actually. We're so nearly through. But anyway, the food layer. I haven't been looking at the food. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly go down and allow our fisher dwarves to keep on doing this one. Now we've got two fisher dwarves. Now one of them is also a, so I'm going to turn that one on and that one on. And allow that one to do that as well. No one else can really do it. These miners, I would have liked them to have just stuck with mining, but I think we're going to have to go with the fisher dwarves. Now, they will just go anywhere unless we actually tell them where to go. Now, there's nowhere for them to go except for the water hole, and so they'll end up just going in there. Now, in the meantime, we'll just keep on getting these things smoothed. That one's now done. We need to just go and block off, or go and block off that area so that the stuff above here doesn't leach through. And the logs are now 19 away in that walkway that we made. Anyway, I'll pause this. Well, we're actually basically now through the aquifer, so we can now just go through and just finish off this one and then prepare our traps. And next episode, we should be able to finish off this siege our own way, which would be awesome. So I'll just go back through. We've just got that one through there. That will then come down. These will then come back down into here. And then I've had an upstair there, but I'll just make this one into a down ramp. And we'll ditch that. I might as well just keep on going all the way down. I'll just keep on getting rid of these ramps, and then we're basically in. So this is very, very close now. Now, actually, do we want to do it that way there, or do we want to come in halfway through? It would be neater if we came in halfway. Let's do that. Ditch that one there. That means that the one above is going to be channeled here and not here. So we're going to go down. That'll then present the little landing, and then the landing will then go down. Oops, where are we? Channel down. And that's going to be right on the edge there. Done. So they can now just do what they have to do. It's really doesn't. There's no more danger. That's all been locked off. So all of these are filling up with water as we sort of go up through the fortress. There's no other water on the ground anywhere, which is fantastic. I no longer need this. We don't want to set that one. We want to just ditch that. Now there's still damp stone. I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, fortress out of food. I am going to have to go and sort that one out in the next episode, but this at least, we've now got the ramps that go all the way down. Now that looked like that was designated. Now that I'm not sure why. That's probably no. That's just the water that's dripping down through here. That's it. Yeah, this is and then we've got the aquifer that was above us. So that one's going to be okay. I don't think I need to do anything with that one. Down they go. Well, that's it. We're in. Now I'm going to create another door in through this side as well. So we've now got ourselves an area that goes all the way up through the aquifer. It looks a bit messy. Actually, I'll just get rid of that. Then we can sort of see it sort of coming up through all its glory, then out through the other aquifer layers. So it looms it like this will be great for the for when we end up getting the caravans coming through, and also for us to now be able to go and we can now get rid of this door. I want to get rid of this entirely, and and that way we'll sort of figure out a different way of actually handling that one. We may even have a drawbridge on the inside in case we do need to get access out, but generally this is now going to only be used for archery towers from this point forward, other than the actual main gate. So the main gate, this will still be the fastest way up. Maybe we do actually find a different way of handling this. Just another little... Actually, I might leave that door where that is. I will actually do that. And we'll put another little drawbridge in through this side. Just on this side, just so that we're actually got it contained. If I do it, I can't really easily do it that side. So we'll go across to constructions, bridges. I didn't think this one through all that well. We'll just raise it this way, just a little one by one. And that way they can smash open the door, but they can't get through this drawbridge once it's been raised. And I'll just make this one out of slate. There we are. So that'll just be a tiny little area. And yeah, that's done very, very well. I'm happy, really happy with that. Just go down to the bottom layer and just put a door in through here as well. And I'll call this episode to a close, and then we'll figure out what to do with the food in the next stockpile. So the trouble is that we're feeding everyone in the inn. The inn has become a bit of a drain, but it's keeping everyone pretty happy as well. So we're getting on the one hand we're getting a lot of happiness, but on the other hand it is hurting us as well. Yeah, so they're coming in. There are still like plump helmets spawn. There's just not a lot of it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode. Hopefully we can finish off this invasion and then actually destroy the invasion, and then also allow the caravans to come. But we're now in midwinter, so we've missed this year's caravan, so we're not going to get any extras from the mountain homes. What we could do is send a group outside to pick up plump helmets as well, but we'll do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you then.